Hi everyone, it's Lisa and Luna from Don't Run with Scissors, back with another Technique Tuesday. Today I am actually going to be making 9 cards, well actually it'll turn out to be 18 cards for a craft fair that I have coming up, and I'm mixing 2 methods together, one that I've shown in the past and this new one. Right now I am playing with my watercolors, and these are my big old palette that I just love. I will link to these in my blog, so if you're interested in getting them, they're phenomenal. They're all the rage, and they are pricey, but worth every penny. If you do want to play with watercolors, you can use these. You can use the Peerless watercolors. You can use distress inks and turn those into watercolors. You have plenty of options. What I'm going to do is I have some watercolor sheets of paper here that I cut. These are 4.5 by 6, and I'm just going to do like a rainbow effect on these for now, and I'm just going to start. So I'm going to mass produce these, so I'm going to show you how I'm just going to start that. So I'm going to start with my yellow here. When you are using these, I like to keep them right in there, put some water in so that the color's moving around, and we'll get going. So I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to make like a small rainbow on here. So I'm just going to do one stripe, and you can see how thick and beautiful the color is with these watercolors. Worth every penny. This is one way that I will mass produce my cards. I'm using 5 colors, so I need to make sure I have room all the way across for my paints. I think we did 9 cards here is what I was able to cut out from my packet. Okay. Watercoloring is so relaxing. Did you enjoy it? Alright. So the yellow is down. I'm going to put this one aside, and I'm just going to go through the remaining colors so you don't have to watch me do all of this. I'm coming for my pink. Make sure that it's all ready to go. And they will blend. So depending on how thick you want the color. Go on to the purple. So this is going to be a couple part series. Well, not really. Make a couple of takes anyways, because all this stuff has to dry. So it's a really dark purple. So I'm coming in with a lighter blue. So I need to make sure that I have plenty of this color ready to go. That's why I was going to do all of these before, so that it doesn't blend too much and make a big old mess. And let it bleed. I might come back in over my purple on that one and finish up with the green here. Alright. We are going to come back in. I'm going to hit this purple real quick. Each card will be unique, so you know what? If you mess up, you mess up. Or if you don't like it, that's all up to the eye of the beholder. So these ones here, they're a little uniform for me, so I might make these ones a little messier going forward. So I'm going to go finish these, and I'll be right back because we have to create the other 9 backgrounds for what we're going to do here. I'll be back. Hi everyone, I am back. I just did my watercoloring on my little 4.5 by 6 sheets of paper. This one I actually had another color just because I didn't fit it very well. But once these dry, it's gonna be colors are gonna be great. But now we're gonna do some backgrounds, and I am working today with translucent embossing paste. And when you play with this stuff on a dark color, it is incredible. So I have now stacked up on several sheets of paper, a bunch of stencils, because I didn't want to get stuck and have to keep reusing a stencil, because it doesn't matter. All my cards are going to be different. So I am going to go through and just show you real quick how I put this stuff on and just keep on moving. So we're going to start here. I have my paste and my palette knife. I'm going to try to be somewhat careful with what I'm doing. You can just put it on and smear it over your stencil. I'm going to try to not I don't want to be too overly perfect because I am looking for more of a unfinished-y kind of look. I don't even really know what word I want there. But it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of my stencils. I'm just going to leave it like that. Hop on over to the next one. This one I will do because I like this stencil. Trying to make sure all these little triangles are all filled in. And this is all I'm going to do for my backgrounds, but I needed to get all this stuff down because it's all going to be wet. And just make sure that these are ready to go when I am ready to start playing with my cards. So if you are using this and you have a spot where you get stuck, hotel keys, old credit cards work really well for cleaning. And when you're done with this stuff, you should pick it up as quickly as possible and get it washed. Warm water and soap is fine. And away we go. So I'm going to go do my remaining other stencils. So this is clear. It's going to dry clear. It's going to be very pretty. So I will be back. See you in a bit. Hi everyone, it's Lisa and we are back. Luna is also here, but this is part 3. In the first part of the videos I had done a bunch of watercoloring on these 4x6 sheets of watercolor paper. I just did some of the, hang on, let me go off camera here, some of the watercolors from this set here. So I made some beautiful pieces here. And basically what we're going to do now is make 2 cards out of one thing. As you can see, I took my happy die, there's Luna, my happy die, and I die cut it right out of the watercolor paper. And you can see how it has this really cool ombre coloring effect to it. And I saved the pieces that came out of it. Hopefully they are all here because it's been quite a nightmare in the craft room. So hopefully the 4 pieces are here so that I can put them strategically back on my card when I put it all together. So what we're going to do is for the rest of them I would die cut these out, and each one's going to be different, and I will have 9 of these I think from what I colored. The other thing that I also did was I set up 10 stencils on various colored paper and did some embossing paste, clear embossing paste through my stencils, and put it all on different color cardstock. I had to wait for it to dry, but it dries nice and clear, and it really does highlight the depth of the color of the paper that I put it on. So what I'm going to do is with each one of these, I'm going to cut these out and make them backgrounds for my happy. So that's going to take a little bit of work, so let's get started. So I have my 2 cards that I am going to make. They're going to be 6 1/4 by 4 1/2, already cut and pre-folded. I'm going to work on this one first and get my paper cutter because I do need to cut this piece. So right now I need this paper for this card to be 6 by 4 1/2. I'm going to go 6 by 4 1/4. Luna. Oh, we didn't need to have that die on the table. That's quite all right. And we'll do 6. And then this piece of paper, the watercolor paper we're going to do, needs to be 5 3/4 by 4 inches. This used with the watercolor paper, I like to use a rotary cutter. It gets a better cut on it. So we'll put this aside. This one likes to stick, unfortunately. So I'm looking to have 4 inches. So you can see that that's not going to work. So I'm going to do 1/4 inch off each side. Fidgety, fidgety. 1/4 inch. And then I need to have it by 5 3/4 so that I can mat it properly. And I only need to do 1/4 inch. So I'm going to take 1/8 off each side. Just to keep everything centered. This is a good way to center your card if when you did your watercoloring, it didn't exactly stay in the middle of the paper. All right, 5 3/4. There we go. We're all set with that. I'm going to move this aside. So then I'm going to map my birthday card, hoping not mess my A up here. I am going to use some tape. Let me grab it real quick. Double-sided here, adhesive to make sure that it sticks down. I am going to put some Tombow on my little pieces here, just to make sure that those stick down and don't drift off. You very easily could use a piece of craft foam underneath to pop it up. I might do that on some of them. This one I am not, but that's an option. You could die cut another happy out of a solid sheet, solid color, and put that, inlay that in. You could do that as well. Let's get the Tombow out here. So even Luna's made a mess and now she's wandering off. So I just want to glue these little pieces down so they don't wander on me. And then we are going to peel these off. So basically the timing on this is really just the prep work. And of course it's peeling my, get another piece here. The prep work and the dry time. Make sure it's down. There we go. Love playing with watercolors, love playing with watercolor paper. I know it's a trendy trend right now. Come on, just peel. All right, nice and sticky, no question there. And I map that down. Hopefully as centered as humanly possible. Maybe a little off this edge, but that's okay. And then I need to glue down my letters. So what's helpful sometimes to do is to put the inlay right back in, and you can see the 4 spots that actually have to go back in. And if you have some fine tip applicators, you can go right in and tap the put the glue in, and then it's a skinny one. And then you can go in with some tweezers or a pokey tool or a sticky quicker picker poker and put those right in. So this way it goes right exactly where the die was. You have no question about the color on the ombre, where that went. Did you put it in upside down? Any of you, whoever used the negatives on things, definitely know, whoops, where I'm going with that. And these little pieces that just like to stick to you. Okay, so then everything's in, push it down, and then carefully pull your letters back up. And hopefully everything stays. The P did not. A little separator. We'll take that. All right. So now you have your happy in there. That glue does dry clear, so the A will look a little better soon. And it can't just say happy, it has to say happy birthday. So I have my Lawn Fawn clear stamp set, and I have the long message that says happy birthday to you. Clearly we have the word happy, so we're going to do a masking stamping technique. Put this right on your block, and make sure you're happy with your area on your card. Give it a quick brush with a little buddy here. Actually, this did not stick so well. I'll put some glue underneath there. Do that again. Okay, so go back in here, clean that up a little bit. And with the Versamark ink and a piece of Scotch tape, block off the letters you don't want. I only want to say birthday, so I'm going to mask off this piece of the stamp, and I really don't need the squiggles at the very end of to you, so I'm going to cut that off. So you have these areas masked on your stamp. Come in with your Versamark, dab that, and then pull the tape up. because there is ink on your tape and you don't need that to transfer. Put that aside. And you're going to come right in, and I'm going to do Birthday to You right on top of the watercolor. And I am going to use white embossing powder. And heat set this, so hang on. Listen for the noise. And voila, your card is done. Happy birthday to you. I am now going to slap this onto a card. No slapping, but we'll get it on there. Luna's very happy. She's running around. Not sure what she's up to. Last week was her cativersary. She's lived here now for 5 years. Hard to believe. She was a rescue. Alrighty. Okay. Everything's all cleaned up. Card's going the right way. And we'll get that down. So then I have some sequins that I'm going to add afterwards. You don't need to watch, but I will probably put a couple on here and there. And that will finish up the card. But that's for another time. We don't need to pay attention because we've got more to do. So now, with the inside of the letters, excuse me, so there's card 1. The inside of the letters, we're going to play with the brick here. Again, my card is 6 by 4.5, and I'm going to trim this to fit on this card. We're going to make it a little, I don't even know the word, contemporary, Art Deco, I'm not sure. So I need to trim this down here. Hang on 1 second. Sorry if there's a glare at home. Again, I'm using my rotary trimmer because sometimes going through the embossing paste, you're going to want a little more leverage. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this on a diagonal. I made a mark down here with how I wanted it to be. Anything that dramatic, so we're going to come down here, and you can save these. And then I'm going to, I made a second mark here, so from there to there. Now we have a little Art Deco piece. This is going to go right in here. So we can glue that down right now. And it's so much fun, and you can mix and match your papers and your mats, whatever color you want to use. This one I just happen to keep with the aqua theme here. Do like that. Very sticky. My hands are fumbly. I had volleyball tonight and no dinner, so a little sloppy with my hands tonight. I've noticed them shaking when I was using the embossing gun. It's kind of funny. Oops. Alrighty, home stretch. Using stencils with the clear embossing, translucent embossing paste is a lot of fun. You can get a lot of different textures with it. You could add some sparkle or glitter to the top of it, so when it's done drying, you have a nice background there. One thing you could think about doing, which I didn't do, is when you go to zip this through, maybe on the back side of this you could put some of the double-sided tape so that when you pull this off it's ready to go as a sticker. so you're not going to have to sit here and worry about gluing. The other thing you could do is also pop this up with some foam tape, which is something I might do, so I may not glue that down at this very moment. But to finish this off, again, my card only says happy. I needed to say birthday to you. So we're going to come back in with our tape. I'm going to block off happy to you. Do some Versamark ink here. I'm going to use aqua for this, so we're going to clean that real quick. Pull my tape up. Stamp my sentiment. Come back in with the white. And give this a go. Okay, I think I'm going to die cut that with a square. Actually, we'll just cut it. We'll keep it clean. Always helpful to have two cutters on hand, because sometimes paper is just really finicky and it'll drive you crazy. Really, really crazy. Alright. Give this a quick haircut here. And one more. Punch, a die cut, probably all of that would be fun. And we'll put some tape on the back of that. This card will also get sequins, but I am definitely going to put some foam tape under that happy and pop it up before I finish it. And we got happy birthday to you. We'll overlap that, add some sequins. Gotta love the sequins. And there you go. So I will finish this. I'll have the pictures posted on my blog. But here are two very simple cards that you can do by watercoloring and using embossing paste, and some different techniques on how to actually put them together. There's a ton of different things you could do between using the foam tape, popping it up and giving it a dimension, leaving it flat, adding glitter, the world is your oyster. So have a great night, and thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.